Welcome back everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful day today and I hope you're ready for what we're going to read today. Gonna read some more concerning stories today and it's going to be a wonderful time. Not going to waste any time today, let's get straight into it. Enjoy guys. Oh no, the first one that we're going to read today. My fiancé flushed the engagement ring that I bought her down the toilet in a drunken rage. Am I wrong for refusing to buy her another? She was angry that I worked late. By the time I got home, she was pretty drunk. And when I told her, sorry, I have to work late some nights. This is how I bought your ring. She stormed off and flushed it. She flushed it over that? Over literally nothing? The next day, she tried to apologize, explaining that she was overreacting due to being drunk and wants another ring. I told her absolutely no way. Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong, OP. And why do you want to be with somebody who's gonna do stuff like that? What the hell? Like, oh, you came home a little bit late and by the time you came home, I was already drunk. And because you had to work late, I'm gonna go and flush the engagement ring you bought me down the toilet and then use being drunk as an excuse? That's not an excuse. That's so bad. This is the biggest red flag ever, OP. But yeah, either way, using, oh, I was drunk as an excuse, that's not gonna cut it. Ew, that's so bad. Yeah, the top comment, not wrong, but is this really how you want to have your marriage and your life go? With a person who throws a tantrum like that? Ew, no thanks. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. They're literally having a tantrum. And it's not like engagement rings are cheap or something. And the audacity to expect a new one. Oh, what, so you can get drunk and flush the new one? This has to be rage bait, doesn't it? If it is, it's working because you made me mad. No, but for real, that's infuriating. I feel like the worst part about this is the asking for a new one. Like the audacity. Like, excuse me? Go and get the ring that you flushed. You go and buy a ring. I feel like it's super telling how she reacted, OP, to immediately expect another one from you. And also, did she even apologize? The next day she tried to apologize, explain that she was overreacting due to being drunk, and wants another ring. That's so wild. Yeah, this comment, she's wrong for even asking for another ring. If I was stupid enough to do something like this, part of my apology would be reimbursing you the cost of the ring, and she can call a plumber and try to get it back if she does want a ring. Better get an old toothbrush out to clean it, ma'am. Yeah, what a wild start to the episode. OP left a comment that says it's the first time she's done anything like this. She's blaming drinking on an empty stomach. I believe her, but I'm also not taking this as an excuse. The behavior was still so inappropriate. We agreed there. Yeah, and I don't feel like it's going to be the only time something like this happens, OP. And it's one thing to get angry and drunk and flush the ring, but it's a completely different thing the next day to be sober and expecting a new one. Oh no, that's so bad. That's such a red flag, OP. That was terrifying and I'm going to move on. The next one is called, Am I the Buttface? My coworker is faking a British accent. 5 years ago, my female coworker took a 3-month trip to England for school. And guess what? She came back with a full-blown fake British accent. The kicker is that she's still faking it today. It's not even a good British accent. It's horrible. And it sounds exactly like a stereotypical American doing a British accent. She yells, hello, mate, to everyone, but she's been doing it for 5 years. Everybody at my work eats it up and so do customers. And I'm like, are you people dumb? Have you never heard an English person speak before? When people ask her about it, she goes, I used to live in the UK. She doesn't do it just at work either. I've ran into her at a restaurant and she was being so loud with it. I've caught her sleeping so many different times. I tried to talk to somebody at work about it, but everybody believes her lol, so I've never brought it up again. My best friend just moved home from the UK after living there for 4 years, and she doesn't have the slightest British accent. I want to say something to her so bad, but I don't know if it's even worth it, or if I'm just being mean. Thank you for listening to my rant. No, I don't feel like you're being mean, OP, but there's no point really saying anything about it. Like, you shouldn't even be worried about it, I don't feel like. But yeah, that's super funny, but you definitely don't need to say something, OP. Laugh about it and then move on. I feel like you shouldn't spend a lot of time thinking about it, you know? Yeah, the top comment, there's no point and all you do is cause problems for yourself. You can joke about it with your friend that is British. It sounds kind of annoying, but at the end of the day, it's harmless even if it is weird. Try to reframe it in your head to like a quirky thing that she does that has nothing to do with you. So yeah, you would be the butt face if you said something. Yeah, there's no point confronting her about it, OP. I feel like you need to stop worrying about it. Yeah, this comment, why is this on your mind so much? She's just a co-worker. I'm sure you have more important things to think and care about in your life than her. Yeah, don't even worry about it, OP. The next one that we're going to read is on the Entitled People subreddit. Entitled woman shoves me twice at the airport. I was in line at TSA putting my bags on the conveyor belt when I feel something shove me from the side. I stumble and I turn my head to see a woman staring at me with a glare and she says, I'm running late. Then she proceeds to try to shove my baskets and stuff down the belt when I'm not even done taking off my shoes or taking my laptop out of my bag yet. I shake it off because I'm not in the mood to fight anybody at the airport, and I walk to the metal detector line once I'm done hastily putting my stuff on the belt. Then as I'm waiting in line, I feel a hand on my back sweep me to the side, and I see the same woman, and she cuts in front of me. Now I'm angry, so after we get through the line, I march up to her and I say, "Excuse me, but you can't just put your hands on people like that just because you're running late." She looks at me with a stunned face, like she doesn't know what she just did. Where do some people get the nerve to pull stuff like this? Oh, that's so awful, OP. Edit, for those of you asking why I didn't do anything in the moment, I'm a very petite young woman, and this woman was significantly bigger than me. I was in shock in the moment, and I didn't know what to do. Next time, I'll definitely stand up for myself in the moment. Yeah, that sucks, OP, and you don't expect stuff like that to happen either. Like, oh my god, how can you be that rude? It's wild that these sorts of people exist, but they definitely do. Edit number 2, can y'all stop the victim blaming in the comment section? It's easy to say what you would have done in the moment sitting on your couch on your phone, but it's a whole different thing when it happens to you unexpectedly. People have different automatic responses to stuff. Before this happened, I would have also thought that I wouldn't let this happen to me, but in the moment it was extremely shocking and I froze. Also, the language "let this happen" is honestly callous and cruel. You think I wanted this to happen to me? Have some empathy. I'm a real human being, not just some avatar on a screen. Yeah, that's a really good comment, OP. Like, some people like this are so awful, and people do need to stand up to them because they feel like for whatever reason they can do stuff like this. But yeah, of course you don't want to start a fight in the airport or like have anything escalate. And yeah, stuff like that would be super shocking because you don't expect people to do that. And it's so shockingly rude that you're like, what just happened? But yeah, good on you for what you said to them, OP. The next one is also on the Entitled People subreddit. You want a wedding cake for how much? I was super excited to receive an inquiry about making a wedding cake on my home bakery Instagram account. The lady gave me her phone number to hammer out details, so I gave her a ring. She informed me right away that she didn't want her time wasted, and if I wasn't serious about doing this, then to let her know immediately. She told me that her wedding was in December, and she just wanted all the details arranged and done. I told her I wasn't in the business of committing to massive projects without some details, so I asked what she was considering. She wanted 3 tears propped up on a sparkly acrylic stand. She wanted fresh flowers, white roses and baby's breath in a cascade down and around the cake, which should use that quilted technique all over as the base, or if I could use a mix of fresh and sugar flowers, that was acceptable too, but she could tell if the sugar flowers were store-bought, so I had to make them myself. She wanted the base tier to be chocolate, the middle tier to be carrot, and the top tier to be strawberry. She also wanted one of those tiny little toy dogs that you hide at the back with a tiny bit removed to make it seem like it bit into the cake. This dog was supposed to be an Australian Shepherd because that's what she and her fiancé own, and if I couldn't find an Australian Shepherd action figure or toy, I should make it out of fondant. She asked me how much I'd be charging for a cake like this. She informs me that she's a local and has heard really good things and has seen my ads on Instagram, and they want this to be a blowout celebration. I told her that I'd have to do some math and some pricing, but I think she could anticipate a minimum of $850 to $900, which was definitely lowballing, but I needed some time to do some sourcing and some math. She told me she wanted it for $50. Oh, that's so funny, but also so concerning. I braced myself and I decided to play dumb, so I said, "That's a lot of cake for 50 people. The rest of the conversation followed. Her, "No, $50. Me, "You want to spend $50 on ingredients?" Her, "No, for the cake, the whole cake." Me, $50 won't buy the flowers for the cake this size." Her, "Well, that's our budget. Take it or leave it." Me, "Okay, I'm leaving it." Her, "Oh, that's just great. Really professional." "What are you, new at this?" Me, "No, you're just delusional." Her, "Don't get snippy. I'm gonna go somewhere else." Me, "Good luck. $50 won't buy you 3 plain cakes at Walmart." Her, hangs up on me. And this was in addition to the fact that she didn't own a stand like the one that she wanted and wanted me to source it or make it. Wow, can you imagine how frustrating they would be if you actually did have them as a client though? Like, if you did agree to work together, there's no way that you wouldn't stop complaining the entire time. Everything would be an issue, you can already tell. Dodged a huge bullet, OP. Yeah, so like, I want you to make this cake that's gonna cost you hundreds of dollars, but I'm only gonna pay $50 for it, okay? And the nerve of calling you unprofessional because you didn't want to take an awful deal? Like, the audacity, what are you talking about? Yeah, this comment, "Oh, you dodged a bullet." She never would have been satisfied ever. Yeah, and also like this comment says, "She'll figure it out when everybody else turns her down." Yeah, like you'd hope so, but at the same time, maybe not. You know, like somebody this delusional probably isn't going to actually realize that they're in the wrong. They sound like the sort of person who never thinks they've done anything wrong ever. Yeah, you definitely dodged a bullet, OP. The next one that we're going to read is back on Am I the Gay Hole? Am I the gay hole for refusing to allow my cousin-in-law and his family to move in when they're about to be homeless? My husband's cousin Chris and his wife Rachel have 3 kids, 13, 5, and 3, and we've hung out twice since our daughter 7.5 was born. We're not close. Rachel's always been rude to me. Before my husband met me, Rachel had a thing for him and tried to date him. He never reciprocated, and then when we became official, Rachel started dating Chris. Chris called asking if they can move in with us as they're homeless. Chris and Rachel have missed rent payments and got evicted, and have been couch surfing with their 3 kids for the past month or so. My husband said that he'd need to talk to me first. My immediate response was no. Husband agreed, although he did feel bad. Chris's family had been giving them money to make their rent payments, and instead of paying rent, they used the money for other stuff. Chris works odd construction jobs and doesn't make much. Rachel claims that she can't work because of ADHD. Chris called back. Husband apologized and said that we don't have the space. Chris tried to say that we have 5 bedrooms. My husband clarified that we don't. We have 4, one of which is my office. Chris says that he's disappointed and he would have helped us. My husband said that I work from home and need the house to be quiet. Chris says that he doesn't understand where we get the impression that their kids can't be quiet, and he's offended about that. Rachel says that we have the money and a big house to help, but we'd rather see 3 kids end up on the streets because I'm greedy. Wow, okay, so guilt tripping now. I snap and I tell her that her kids are not my responsibility, and I'm not comfortable sharing my home with strangers. Yeah, 100% OP. It's not our problem they were mismanaging their finances, and that maybe she shouldn't have gotten her nails done every week and paid their rent instead. She responded that I don't understand how hard they have it because I'm privileged, and providing for 3 kids isn't cheap. So I said maybe she should get a job and stop using ADHD as an excuse, and they should have thought of that before having kids. And I hung up. My husband's phone starts blowing up with calls from the family members. He picks up Chris's dad's call, Paul. Paul wants to know why we're unwilling to help. I ask him why he and his wife haven't opened their home, as this is his son and grandkids after all. He says Chris and Rachel and the kids stayed for a week, but their house is too small and it didn't work out. I told him that we aren't close to Chris and Rachel, and we have no obligation to them. And I suggested that he and his wife reopen their home to their son and grandkids. He says they did open their home and now it's our turn. I laughed and hung up. Yeah, what? How is it your turn? Oh, that's so wild. The expectations are unbelievable. So now my husband's family thinks that we're cruel and heartless. We also haven't disclosed that I'm pregnant, which is also a big reason. They're anti-vax and I don't want to be exposed. And I'll be going on maternity leave for a year as of January, so we're trying to save up. So am I the gay hole? No, OP, it's your house, and no, you don't have an obligation to them. And they're only trying to guilt trip you too. Yeah, no, you did the right thing, OP, and I like what you said to them too. And yeah, what'd you say? You've hung out twice in 7 years or something? Not only do you have no obligation, but you're not even close friends or something. The top comment says, I let my brother-in-law move in 9 months ago when he lost his job and became homeless. He still doesn't have a job and I can't figure out how to get him to move out. You'll be in the same boat. They aren't gonna leave. Yeah, 100%. And from what they've said too, they already sort of sound like they feel like they're entitled to live in your house, OP. So they're also gonna feel like they're entitled to stay too. And yeah, they can get out of here with that guilt tripping stuff. OP left a comment that said, if we were extremely close to them, I would consider helping in some way. But we're not close. I mean, they got married last year and they didn't even invite us. I'm not holding it against them, but I'm showing that they don't even consider us family at all, and neither do we. And with them now having been evicted from a rent-controlled apartment, and they have little to no income, they'll never qualify for another rental. The rental market where we are is insane and extremely competitive. There's no plan in place, and frankly, I don't think there ever will be, which means that it's open-ended, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable. I feel bad for the kids, but I do need to think about our own family. Yeah, definitely, OP, you're doing the right thing. I also think it's so wild how Chris's parents called you up and were trying to guilt trip you too, and were saying that they stayed at their house and now it's your turn. Like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? And yeah, guaranteed if you let them into your house, OP, they're not gonna leave. Yeah, no, I don't feel like you're the gay hole, OP. You're protecting your family. You're also protecting your home and your sanity. The next one's called, am I the gay hole for doing a half-assed job taking family pictures at a wedding after being told to shut up and stop being a smartass? I was taking pictures at a family wedding as a favor. I was being paid about half of what I normally charge, and I was okay with that. The bride is my favorite cousin and her husband is amazing. During the formals, the wedding party was great and I got lots of great shots. When it came time to take pictures of different family groups, there were a couple of people that were a-holes. They wouldn't stop talking or looking away from the camera, and I tried politely reminding everybody that the camera was the big black thing on the tripod and that it took still images, not a video. I was repeatedly told to shut up and to stop being a smartass, and that they knew what a camera was. I asked my wife to record a video of the responses for me. My cousin was delighted with the pictures from the ceremony, the formals and the reception. She laughed her ass off at the family pictures. In about half of them, people are looking off in all directions. In most of these, there are also people with their mouths open. She thought they were hilarious and her husband agreed. I started getting crap on social media from my family about the terrible pictures. I replied that I had tried to explain to them that the camera was the big black thing on the tripod and that it only took still pictures. They said I should have waited for them to be ready, so I started posting the short video clips of people being jackasses towards me. My mum said that I went too far and they won't ask me to take pictures for them again. I did a fake cry and I said boo-hoo. She called me a smart aleck. Please let me state that I do not think I'm the a-hole in this situation, but many people do. They're upset because they don't often dress up and get together and they didn't get good pictures. Yeah, but that's on them. What the hell were you meant to do? Make them look at you or something? That didn't work when you told them to look at you, so what else were you meant to do? You can't change how they look and you can't stop them from moving and talking. That's 100% their responsibility. I don't understand. And the fact that your cousin thought the photos were super funny, that's awesome, OP. And obviously you got lots of other really good photos. Yeah, the top comment, not the yay-hole. The photos are an accurate reflection of their behavior on the day. The only people's opinions that matter is the bride and the groom that hired you. They like it, so there's no issue. They've embarrassed themselves and they don't like that their online tantrum turned around on them. It's easier to be right until evidence is coming forward. Yeah, and more so, what were you meant to do, OP? Photoshop them all so they're looking at the camera? Like, you can't do anything. It's their job to stand there and smile. Oh, you didn't get any photos where I wasn't talking or looking at the camera. Well, maybe stop talking and look at the camera then. God, that's so frustrating. I like this comment too. You absolutely were an a-hole, but a hilarious a-hole who was definitely correct. On this subreddit, that equals not the a-hole. Sometimes you have to be, or you're gonna get pushed around for your whole life. What the hell did they think was gonna happen when everybody was talking and ignoring OP? Like, y'all knew? How would anybody get good shots when they're messing around? Never mind how rude they were. Yeah, once again, I feel like you did the right thing, OP. And I feel like that's enough for today. That was such a fun episode, guys, and I hope you enjoyed that. We need to read something wholesome immediately. She's excited because she matches her new blankie. Oh, that's so cute. That's so adorable. Oh, I love cats so much. She is sitting on me at the moment while I record this. Khajiit has wares, if you have coin. Wow, that's also so cute. I love Skyrim so much, and I've just started getting back into it. I just got my guy in Skyrim some really dope armor. Such a beautiful game. And the Khajiits in Skyrim are so cute. In college, a boy I liked asked me to lunch and also to go to the laundromat. So I went and I brought my laundry. It was a great date. Weeks later, he was at my apartment and said, "Hey, when did you get this washer and dryer?" And I said, "Oh, I've always had that. He married me." Oh, that's so cute. That's so adorable. Congratulations. And on that beautiful note, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. And if you did, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section. And make sure you subscribe if you want to. And the comment of the day today goes to Lauren King. Having a great day. I'm up at 2 a.m. eating individually wrapped slices of cheese, living my best nocturnal life. I hope your day's good too. Oh, that's so awesome. Like that episode where Homer's awake eating cheese.
Have you been up all night eating cheese?
I think I'm blind.
That sounds like a wonderful time, and I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. And yeah, also thank you. I am having a good day. I woke up pretty late, around 10 o'clock today, so I didn't have as much time to sort of do stuff before filming, but it's okay. Filming this fun episode that you just listened to. And yeah, having a good time, and I hope you guys are too. And I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!